Morning everyone, welcome to another video here at Justin's Fish Room, and apologies for maybe a little bit of delayed speech or like a bit of mumbling. I'm still recovering from my wisdom tooth op, but I will try my best to articulate my words properly. So we've just entered into the fish room and I'll just show you. Here we have the fish room, all the lights are turned off, so first thing we'll do is turn on the lights. You can see all the fish are very hungry. So we'll get to feeding them and everything this morning. Essentially this morning, I thought, considering I'm recovering well from my operation and whatever, before I go to Tasmania, just wanted to get one more video out there, just to show you guys what is happening, what I'm going to be doing over the time that I'll be gone for Tasmania, and it's overall going to be pretty chill. There's not going to be that much happening in the fish room besides a few spawns happening here and there, but I won't be harvesting those spawns. I'll be letting the parents take care of them. So yeah, let's get through this video and hope you enjoy it. Alright, so we've turned on all the lights and the Discus are looking at me very intently. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them their food first. And then I'll just do a feeding video, I guess, today and essentially show you one of the spawns that we got 2 nights ago. And yeah, that'll be about it. Alright, so you guys might have seen in the last video we did an aquascaping of this tank, and I must say it's looking very good. One interesting thing is, since we've done that, we've had 3 spawns of Discus Discus eggs from these 2 females, so that female there and that female there, with this 1 male. So they've actually developed a trio, and unfortunately the other male has been quite badly bullied. But you can see that the blue-black rams in here are actually growing a lot, and they're really happy, and it's nice to see them interacting with their environment like they would in the wild. The female has actually disappeared. Well, she comes out every now and again. She has disappeared for the majority of the time that I'm in the room. I don't really see her, and that says to me that she's probably got eggs somewhere in the back there where that Discus is chilling. So the Discus love eating these extra large tropical color granules, but they were on a dry food, but I've weaned them onto, they were on a wet food, but I've weaned them onto a dry food to make it easier for feeding whenever I'm not here. Like going away to Tasmania, for example, or even just during exams, if I'm staying at someone's house for study group or whatever. But you can see they love it, and they've gotten used to it. And there's the female blue-black, I don't know if you can see that, but she's come out for food. And yeah, overall, these guys are so personable. I always recommend Discus to people if you are not an intermediate keeper, but more of an advanced keeper, just because they are quite demanding. But yeah, this isn't a Discus video, I'm just kind of adding that on. Alright, so here is one of the blue-black spawns that I've been raising to get some good quality black celestial fry off. So you can see I'm getting a few black celestials here. There's a few really nice ones in here that I'll be using for breeding at Gold Coast. So this was a definitely worthwhile experiment, and we're getting some really good growth on these blue blacks heterozygous, or carrying the black celestial gene. So they'll soon grow into something about that big. Alright, so these guys will get some little granules that are really high in protein. There is some BBS that is hatched for today. I might give that to them later. They are at the stage that I would like to get them weaned off of the BBS. Not completely. I always feed BBS even to the adults because it's so good for them. But I do want them to mainly eat dry food to make it easier for the people who are looking after them over Tassie. So yeah, I will give these guys some food, and yeah, it'll be a feeding. Alright, so doing this with 2 hands is going to be something else, but I'll just put their food in. Whoop. and you can see they are already loving it. And the good thing about these small pellets is the bigger fish eat the bigger pellets floating on the top, and then the smaller pellets kind of float down over time, and these guys get a chance to eat at the bottom. You can see a lot of the smaller guys. But yeah, the color on these fish, for just being, I think they're about 1.5 to 2 months old, well, approaching 2 months old now. You know, some of the growth is really insane, and very, very happy with the progress that we've been experiencing here at Justin's fish room with the ram breeding program, because very slowly but surely we're definitely improving the genetics of these rams, which is important. And I am keen, when I get back from Tasmania, to take you guys to the Gold Coast fish room to show you what's going on there. Not everything, because that's kind of a surprise, but we will be taking you guys there just to have a look. But yeah. Alright, so this is the GBR and blue-black grower. So this is kind of a bit of an experiment with my line of GBRs. So I've got a heap of really good quality GBR pairs that I had in the past, and they produced a nice spawn for me here. And there's some beautiful colors showing through. I don't have a great light on this tank at the moment because I'm kind of I'm in the market for another one. But very, very happy with their progress, and they're about the same age as those ones up there that we just fed. And these guys will get another lot of that pellet, so I'll just give that to them now. And yeah, so the biggest thing with rams, I guess, is just to keep the water as clean as possible. The food is definitely something that is very, very important when they're growing, because you want to ensure that they're getting high protein food, but a lot of other nutrients as well. One thing that I found quite beneficial is occasionally I will give them some wet food. And if you haven't seen my wet food video, or my tutorial on how to make that homemade wet food, I suggest you go check that out. It's a pretty informative video. It's very simple and very easy for you to do. That's all there is to it. These guys get a lot of food because I don't usually feed them during the day. I do feed those guys during the day if I can. But yeah, these guys get 2 big feedings a day, and this tank gets a heap of water changes. So yeah, I really am in love with the original strain of GBRs that I've kept. They're just producing such beautiful rams, and I've managed to secure some good genes here with the rams, and even with white substrate, they're starting to get such beautiful colors, which is such an amazing thing. Alright, so behind me are some of the breeding pairs that we have in this fish room. Mostly blue-black, one pair of, a trio of GBRs. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. Now these guys are getting a food that I like to use with my ram pairs to prevent bloating. So they do get high quality, high protein pellet that you saw me feeding, but I've noticed that the pellet actually makes them bloat a lot because they eat so much of it. And I thought it's interesting because I thought protein is like a filler, you know, it makes you feel full. Maybe it would be the same for fish, but it just seemed that rams just eat continuously until they can't eat anymore. So I feed them with this Viper Grand Nature pellet from Syrup, and it's actually pretty good stuff. I was a bit skeptical of it in the beginning, but seeing how it prevents bloat and gives the fish some really beautiful colors, I was quite happy with it. So I just give each tank a pinch in the morning, and yeah, they seem to be really good during the day. So let's go do that. So here, this pair actually has a spawn in the background there. It's a beautiful blue-black pair. You can see the pair here, and I'll just give them some of their pellets. Those pellets, the bigger pellets, will last them throughout the whole day. I might not even have to give them any more food after this, because I did just give them quite a bit. But the point is, it's really good stuff. You know, it starts to soften as they chew on it, and they get little pieces off of it, and they can scavenge or forage the whole day. Same with this breeding pair. You can see they're getting pretty keen to get to the other side of the tank. There's a clear perspex piece here separating them, so you can see how keen that female's getting. They just run on these like LED lights, energy saving lights, so not the best quality coming out of the footage, but you can just take my word for it, they're really stunning fish, really good colors. But yeah, that's the male. The female GBRs in this tank, there's one at the back there. They're being quite elusive, so hopefully they've got a spawn. And then in this tank, which is just covered in duckweed, so really bad lighting, we have another breeding pair of blue blacks. And then in this tank, another pair of blue blacks, which is quite prolific. And then you guys probably remember we did this tank. I added my breeding pair of peppermint bristlenose in here, and they've been spawning quite a bit. You can see a juvenile there from one of the older spawns. And the GBRs are just chilling in this tank. I put a heap of other GBRs in here that I didn't want to sell, so they just become my pets, I guess, if they don't meet the standard. And these Amazon saw plants that someone suggested to put in are looking amazing. The otocinclus catfish are always perched up here in these callistemon branches, and the fish are overall doing really well. You can see the leaf litter looks really natural, the seed pods look really cool. Yeah, overall I really like this tank. I was going to get some more tetras for it, I'm still planning to do that, but haven't gotten around to doing it yet. And finally there's the prize breeding pair in this tank of blue blacks, heterozygous for black celestial. They've got the highest proportion of black celestials in their spawn. So you guys don't usually get to see my cherry shrimp a lot. I don't really have them on my channel all that much at all. But I do love my cherry shrimp tank. It's actually doing really well. The population in this tank has definitely exploded. We've got a lot of culling that we've done over time, and you can see some females are buried. But overall, very, very happy with the progress and the darkening of the red color in the individuals. So yeah, and you can see there's a few little babies in there. There's a lot of moss in here for them, a lot of subbasitang and plants, and yeah, just really like it in here. So this is one of those tanks that I keep in here for a bit of zen, something for my just personal enjoyment. Looks like the lemon blue eyes have come out to say hello, as well as the super reds. They are really cool fish to have in a fish tank, especially a discus tank. They keep everything nice and clean on the floor. But yeah, I just think these bristlenose plecos are so underrated. To me they look like little underwater dragons or something. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on today's video. I know it's a bit of a random video, but I just thought I'd really owe it to you guys to get a video out there before I go away for 9 days. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, if you have any suggestions for future videos that you would like to see, please put them down in the comments down below. I always read you guys' comments, and I always get around to answering them or just talking with you guys. And if you haven't done so already, please join the family and hit that subscribe button. It really just makes a huge difference. So thanks everyone, and happy fish keeping. See ya!